dirt.
Yeah, brother.
Fair chain basement. That's right.
Hopefully you guys like that inside look of everyone here in the basement. We got Top D joining us. We got Crypto Taco here in the house. And you know what? We got the master himself, the Nictator, up on the board. Crypto sunglasses. We're doing well. But yeah, we're just figuring out different ways to start the show, lighten up the mood a little bit. I think we should all have a pretty good light mood with the positive price action. How are you guys doing with things looking in the green
My
lately?
alts are failing. I'm scared. Sell it all. It's a scam. China was right.
This is the biggest bear trap in history.
Kevin O'Leary was never wrong.
I only buy coins that go up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to kick off my my grinder account, get that back.
Did you?
Yeah, selling some more butthole pick.
You're selling butthole pits on Grindr. Smash the like. You know what I mean? He's got some hot takes. And we also have a chaotic PTZ. Let's see if it matches up. Look at this. Oh, look at that close up.
Full
With the fresh-
spread.
You know what I mean?
Full
That looks
spread.
good.
Man, I got to get tan, man, at the top of my head. Looking like a light bulb.
Oh,
I'll
let's
go
see.
fester in this bitch.
Oh, let's see if this one works. I got a new friend in the house I want to show off. Check him out. I found him up in the
Hey.
shelves, and I just had to drag him into the picture. You know
He
what
needs
I
his
mean?
own light.
I know. We need to get that. There's all kinds of fun
Some
stuff
lights
in this
behind
room.
there.
Yeah, we will.
Today's
TJ,
episode brought to you by water with bubbles. Don't be scared of bubbles.
Do we need to stream
cowards.
on this one? Do I need to set up TikTok?
oh yeah, you better press
I'm
play.
gonna walk over and set up TikTok.
Yeah.
This is
set
a
up-
crazy show today.
Yeah,
guys.
put the
Yeah.
TikToks on.
Yeah,
It's
we
set
want
up
the
and everything
CCP
like
to see
that.
all of this.
Yeah, we were running around. It's
Behind
TJ's
the
birthday today, you guys. I don't know if you know, but today is the day of TJ's birth. He had some ice cream cake. We're all singing to him. It's pretty fantastic.
I didn't have ice cream take. Where are my lactose intolerant brothers at? Sisters. Plus one. If dairy gives you hot, stinging poops.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I said it.
Yeah, I wanted to, I haven't had any cake though. It's been a fast moving morning. You know what I
DZ
mean?
looks like an overpriced egg. I look like one of those eggs after the Ohio train derailment. I'm an East Palestine egg.
Oh no, I don't think I put like any stories about that, but now we have like senators going down to the river and just rubbing a stick through it and it just boils up like all this oil and
You
chemicals
see
and
the
stuff
person
like that.
boil a jar or a
Yeah.
bucket of it, a big pan of it. Yeah, it didn't look good.
That was not good, man.
What's up, China? How we doing?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Gigi? Hope you're hanging in there, buddy. But yeah, I think we got a
Where's
great
Jack
show.
Ma?
Oh, God.
Where is he?
They forced him out of Alibaba, didn't they?
Do you know? Yeah, they did.
They forced him out.
No, they didn't force him out.
He didn't force him
They
out.
forced him to relinquish a lot of power.
Okay.
You know you can buy livestock on Alibaba.
What?
Bring it up.
Livestock on
can
Alibaba?
buy goats.
Wait a
Sourced
minute.
from the wet market of Wuhan.
You can buy goats, chickens, like
Pangolins.
very large cattle, camels. You can even buy
Bats.
ostrich eggs.
Can I buy a llama?
Yeah, you can buy. Go on Alibaba, and there is a livestock section.
Oh God.
It's amazing.
Is this real?
Yeah, you better cut to your screen because you're gonna be.
Oh, I'm
What about
gonna. Hold
horses?
on though. Let's
Can I get
search for
like
ducks.
horses?
Yes,
and
you
then
can buy
like
horses.
Let's
Horse
search
and
for
buggy. I
ducks.
could just horse and buggy to work.
I'm gonna search for ducks.
I
Let's
live
see if
close
there's
enough.
ducks.
I know
was-
there's goats.
I was doing some digging on how much land China actually owns in America, and it's very convoluted. They have a lot of these are rubber ducks. I don't see them.
No, there are.
Look at this.
Search for goats.
Okay, I'll try to find a goat. Let's see here. Why are we buying a goat from China though? Do you think it would live? That's a long travel,
We should find out.
dude.
Get an office mascot goat.
Biden, your group.
It's not giving me actual live goats. I can't find them. I would
Taco's situation is next week, y'all.
Mm.
Next week.
janitors in
This is
chat.
my weekend. I gotta go shopping and get.
He
get
has
my
to buy
and stuff.
jeans.
Yeah.
He
What?
does not own a pair of jeans
Yeah.
he can wear.
What did you end up choosing? Are
Jeans.
you going? You're going jeans, and what's the top? Because I was pulling for flannel. I was
Yeah,
wanting the
I got
lumberjack.
this nice Carhartt flannel. I think. I'll
Yeah?
wear that, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
They
you're-
say gingers need dark greens and light blacks.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Like a leprechaun.
Weird phrasing, but all right.
Yeah, it sounds like Christmas. But yeah, I don't know. We got some good stuff going on in the markets, particularly. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Let's check it out. We have this guy has a really good Twitter account, Game of Trades. And basically, he's just highlighting that Bitcoin is setting up for a solid move. The MVRV score in the 50-day EMA is now exiting the green zone. So as you can see, I mean, this looks like a pretty good correlation here. It gets a little off the rails. No Ohio pun intended right here. Goes back up at this double top. This is the recent bull run that we had, and then fell in correlation. Now it's showing a pretty good little tail here. Let's zoom in so you can see. Just starting to peek its head right out of the little green zone there. And this green zone is a historical buy zone. And you know, like this, how I've been treating the markets in general. I mean, are you guys feeling like this is up only? Are you feeling crab market? Like, what is your preferred?
Go back to it. What happened
Yeah.
in the next 30 days after it exits the green zone?
Let's go.
What was
Let's
it doing
check out.
previously?
So
Boom. All right. Price
Yeah.
action goes up.
yeah,
We peaked above that green.
but then this is crab action. You know, this is crab action right here. And this is like where, I mean, I missed this buy zone right here, but I definitely bought.
Well, that's that COVID
Everything.
March 2020.
Yeah,
crash
it
right
was.
there, so.
I went absolutely ham burglarer on that moment.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was sitting on the sidelines watching it, and you know, it was. I didn't buy the 17K run up. I'll show you here. So, I was definitely eyes on Bitcoin and crypto as it ran up right here, but at the time, I just didn't have the capital to deploy into it. And then, you know, as it started to, you know, kind of coil, I saw this as a good coiling opportunity. Then it just boom, got crushed right here. So I was really excited to have this buy zone happen. And, you know, my gut tells me we're going to have something kind of similar. I feel like, you know, we're probably going to keep creeping up to 30K and then get slapped back down to 20K at the end of the year. But that's just what my gut is telling me right now. So I'm, you know, been learning from Frankie Candles on kind of his scalp trading levels and stuff. I got into Frankie Candles Discord last night, and it is lit.
Is it really?
Oh my God, it
All
is awesome. There's so much alpha in there. There's a lot of really good takes. Like Frankie's followers are super. I know a bunch of you guys are followers. We got Big Hands Dan in there, Rug
Mafia.
Gang.
Where y'all at?
Yeah, the Mafia is in here
Chemistry
somewhere.
Bro is in there a lot too.
Chemistry Bro is, yep. If you guys don't follow Frankie Candles, make
What are
sure
you
to do
doing?
so. Yeah, you're totally screwing
Hey
yourself.
Drew, real quick.
Yeah,
Can you go back to that chart on
Yeah.
that tweet?
yeah. The twit.
All
Let's
right,
check it out.
So
I'll get myself out of the way.
after the 2018 run up, and then we went into that bear market. Do we know what caused that? Like it was like rant sideways, and then it fell off the cliff up on the
Right
price
here?
range. Yeah. What caused that? Do we know?
God,
Because it literally just looked like we were going sideways, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden just flipped the sell switch.
it did. I think what was that, Nick? Do you ever remember? Because I
I
don't.
want to say China FUD, but I can't remember.
Was it?
I'll be 100%.
Wait,
sure.
which
I
peak were we talking
can't
about?
remember.
Well, we're talking about when it
The
fell
18
off.
Or the
Anyone in the
19
chat know
crash
what
right
caused
there.
that?
Well, I mean, I know China FUD came out around here.
That's just the end of that front.
Yeah, and then the major capitulation, like people giving up and selling their bags.
I think it was just the blow off top.
Yeah, and that pretty much lines
Because-
up with the last almost lined up with the last all time. The last all time's right around there.
What got me curious is because the COVID crash.
Mhm.
I bet if you did like a measured move, it's almost the same exact
Mm.
downward action.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm just curious. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
might
it
go back
crashed
in
by like
history and try.
75% each time,
Yeah.
and that's basically where we crashed down to from the Luna. First it was Luna, and then we had
3AC.
3AC, and then Celsius,
Yep.
and then FTX. So it was-
Voyager.
and Voyager.
Yep.
There was a lot of them. There in total there was like 30. I counted them.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Me and Johnny were so tired of covering insolvencies and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like the day that the Luna crashed, someone, I think it was Decker, snapped a picture of me and Johnny's face, and we're just like sitting there, just like, oh my God, like staring at the screen and stuff at 8 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, it was exhausting, but now it feels good to feel like
A
buying
lot of people
again.
are saying it was a Mt. Gox release.
Just the
No.
news of the
No,
release.
no, they weren't released yet.
No. Rumor.
No, the rumored release.
A rumor of a big Bitcoin release.
That
Oh,
can't-
a rumor
That
did all
honestly
of
just
that.
Sounds like people trying to short it and then just spreading FUD articles.
Yeah.
Big money FUD articles.
I have a hard time believing a rumor did all that. I mean, that was a pretty good move.
Well, a lot of times you'll have a confluence of negative rumors when big money retail is trying to push it down.
Yeah.
And we saw with, they'll resurrect a Tether FUD, and they'll resurrect a Binance SEC FUD, and they'll resurrect. Basically, they dust off the playbook. How do we scare everybody? All right, let's run this play. Let's run this play. You got the short open. All right, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I mean, and again, there was right around the China ban as well at that time. So, but just in confluence with that graph, I found this one, the stablecoin graph, pretty interesting here. I'll get my face out of the way. Basically, this is Bitcoin supply ratio, the SSR oscillator, a 30-day moving average, but then it also has a stablecoin supply ratio in orange here. And this has a pretty similar correlation. I kind of found it pretty telling that you have this dip right here and just a massive slide right here. A little bit of an uptick to get you a little second top fake out, man. That and this last bull run peak, I mean, like, yeah, it felt really parabolic right here, but I don't know, like it made a lot of sense to try and target that 100K mark at the time. And, you know, I only sold right around then just out of, you know, force. I had to buy like a vehicle. Had some twins born, so I got lucky with that sale. Yeah, but right here is where we're at right now. I'll get my face out of here again. So sliding down, you know, all the insolvencies, Luna, blah blah blah, and then bam! Look at this.
You know what I find super interesting about this chart?
What's that?
January 2021, that green box. You see the stable coins going into Bitcoin.
Yeah, right here.
And then it seemed to like, no, the next one over to your left.
Oh, okay, this guy.
Yeah, and then it literally just fell off a cliff. But then the price still went up. So I feel like maybe insiders knew to run the price up and then to stop. And then that was the remaining part of just maybe like retail and like just other people getting in late.
Yeah. And that's because that's when they did come in. Like that's when people in my town were starting to tell me like, hey, I moved into Bitcoin and, you know, I got in at, you know,
like if 50. I was looking at that chart,
yeah,
I mean, that's just super telling. And
right.
Then it bottoms out. And then like, what is
well, here's what really was happening. So you see that ratio plummeting. Meanwhile, the price, you know, kept finding new highs and new highs. I found that new high in November. Really what was happening was we were all believing plan B. July worked, August worked, September worked, October worked, November. Oh my God.
He's
wrong.
Said
109,000. Look, October worked, September worked, August worked. Meanwhile, the smart money's like, yeah, fucking we're selling all our stable coins, idiots. Like you can believe this plan B, plan bastard or whatever, but really I was a firm believer like, oh my God. He hit because no one thought the October target was going to get hit. No one thought it was going to be that high at the end of October. It hit that high, and we're like, Jesus Christ, it is going to hit 100,000. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I mean, it got me,
Stupid
man.
plan B.
It's like that Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne meme. It's like, it's really happening. Stock to flow. No one talks about stock to flow.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the graph, they made new like colors for it.
He updates it like every 2 weeks. He's like, this is the real one, guy.
Yeah.
Like, just let it go. You're done.
Doesn't matter. This is the true.
This is the true.
Yeah, I mean,
B. Tight Tom. Come on now. Bought those logos. That was good. Sicario Extra. That was a good one.
Are we gonna fall for the $1 million narrative next time? Is that what it's gonna be?
I'm saying 95K is the top next cycle. Yeah.
You feeling that?
All-time top?
Yeah. TJ's like, no, next cycle. TJ's like, oh, it's hitting 250,000, 200K. Justin's believing it out. No, I'm saying our next all-time. All right, previous all-time high to the next all-time high was a 3.5x. It went 20K to basically 70K. I know 69, but 3.5x.
Yeah.
This time, I'm saying maybe a 1.5 to a 1.75x. There's diminishing returns every single time.
Yes.
So why would it continue to be a 3x from 60K? Like, I just don't see it.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like because it was like a 35x.
FUD Bitcoin top D.
There's 35x the first bull run.
Bullish.
17.5x the second bull run, 3.5x the bull run after that. So statistically, if you're looking at it, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that upswing should be smaller. There is one thing though that you could see is, you know, and I know TJ talks about this is, you know, nations starting to compete as far as backing their currencies with Bitcoin. And then I start thinking about that, and that might have major ramifications if you have huge price swings and that volatility in Bitcoin, and these nations are, you know, backing their assets with it. Things might get real ugly really quick, and Yeah, I'll back my ass up.
Institutional money can't pump it by 3x. Yeah, they can, but they won't because they don't want to get dumped on by Kobe and Jason Sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they don't want to get dumped on by F2 Pool. Like, sure, they can, but then they're going to be stuck holding all the Bitcoin, and F2 Pool is going to be like, you really bought my Bitcoin at $250,000?
Right.
You were buying this at $250,000? Don't you know it's going to like 40K in 2 years?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a totally honest take. What you got, Nick?
No, I'm just going live on my TikTok.
Oh, you're going live on here, TikTok too.
Look, sometimes you got
you gotta pump your own TikTok
I
account.
want to know what Bitcoin's supply on exchanges is looking like nowadays.
It's looking like
still going down.
Let's look at it. Bitcoin on exchanges.
I think
Binance.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
That was a major story, and that was a fake out this morning. Let's go to that real quick. I want to go to that actually really quick. Let's see here. That so Binance CEO says a report on firm weighing delisting U.S.-based cryptos is false. And the biggest thing about this is that this morning, I believe it was Bloomberg that came out and they're like, yeah, Binance is delisting U.S.-based stablecoin or U.S. crypto in general. It's like,
this is what CZ had to say.
Yeah.
We pulled back on some potential investments or bids on bankrupt companies in the U.S. for now.
Yep.
Seek permission first.
Yep.
Seek?
That's what he said.
Seek? C-E-E-K?
CPR?
You talking about the airdrop we did for the bit punks?
Oh my God.
That did like a...
Yeah, we did an airdrop that people paid like $300 for. Only one person sold the top. It was $40,000.
What?
Whoa. Yeah, $300 NFT turned into a $40,000 airdrop. Most people sold too early. It was like literally we looked at it. Only one person sold the top, but I don't know. Hey, that person might be watching. Congrats.
Someone has
Good
to
job.
sell the top, right?
Well,
Yeah.
We're just all of us in this room right now. We're all waiting.
I sold the Bitcoin top accidentally.
Yeah, me too.
I've told this story. I had a Vegas trip in November, and so like
you and
week or two
BJ,
before
right?
I was selling. Yeah, me and BJ went to Vegas, so I paid for my Vegas trip by selling the top accidentally.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, Plan B says it's going higher. I'm so stupid.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I mean, these things, I'm learning to just follow the time frames more and more, the more time in this market. But we saw this FUD hit Binance this morning, and, Binance is not licensed to operate in the U.S., but conducts its business in the country through Binance US, which is repeatedly insisted is an independent entity.
With the same name.
Yeah, I know. This is different, guys. Binance Chief Executive Officer CZ said on Friday that a Bloomberg report that said crypto exchange was considering delisting all U.S. cryptocurrencies was false. So, yeah, I just, I wanted to come out with that. I saw, God, I think it was like Water Guru and like all these huge accounts share it like first thing this morning. We had already put our news rundown together for this morning on Ben's stream, so it didn't get fit into the stream, and I'm glad it didn't become a focal point of the stream, because like you get stuff like this and you have to be quick in the news world. Like you see something from Bloomberg, you're like, maybe there's some weight behind it, but then you get this right after it from Reuters. So I don't know, maybe it's a little battle between those two, but I'm glad to see that they're not delisting all cryptocurrencies, because
that would be unreal. I mean, what would they do? Delist Ethereum?
Yeah.
Razmataz08 says, hey, any news on Vumio?
I mean, we're still working. It's rolling out. Everything is working great. We have a Spaces on Tuesday with
it might be World of Women.
World of Women,
or it might be the Cardano Foundation,
or CF. Two big, huge names. Yeah, we just had one with the Goombas and Mallard Order and the Mutants.
Yeah,
so just had a couple big Cardano projects.
Pretty big projects in the Cardano ecosystem.
Polygon, Solana. Oh no, Solana on pause, but Polygon, Ethereum, Cardano, and Binance Smart Chain.
Oh, that's cool.
Things
then
are
we're looking
great.
into like Avalanche. We're looking into HBAR
and Near. But right now, we just want to make the best marketplace just for those chains that we are launching with. And then, hey, the last 7 days, we're looking at the conference circuit for the summer.
Okay.
So that's kind of what we've been focused on the last
Are you
5
guys,
days.
did you mention you're doing XRP, Are you going into the XRP? NFTs?
well,
I see a community talking about them.
I think it was around 3, 4, maybe 6 months ago.
Okay.
They were transitioning to
trigger word
what's the thing they call it? Like pretty much upgrading the whole blockchain so they can even have these assets on the chain. And right now it's like an IOU almost. So
Interesting.
I know that Nick is super bullish on XRP. So, man, you're saying there's a chance.
Big hands, Dan. You guys
His
know about
favorite
you guys know
crypto.
about Collabland, right?
Cloudland, what is
Collabland.
this? No, never heard of her.
I guess yeah. You have to be in like NFTs in order to like really have used it. It's like a Discord type of bot that like reads your asset and gains you rolls and stuff. So yeah, they're doing an airdrop. I think on the 21st or 22nd.
I like my assets, right?
And they have a whole bunch of criteria. If you have like the top like Collabland used projects, the top 100 get to claim. There's also other criteria.
That's the Discord bot company. Yeah, it's a big cash grab company.
Yeah.
They have a lot of bad juju in the space. It
Do they?
appears, they say one thing and kind of not deliver. It's happened like 3 times so far, I think.
So yeah, I mean, speculation.
Still opportunity there, though.
Yeah, if you look at that list, if you have a project in the top 100 that's used Collabland, you might be able to get some collab coins. They also, and I was like curious because I've used Collabland, so I was like, they have their own NFT, and I looked past like in the past because it's popular today because this information's coming out. Everyone's like, oh, all right, let me get this NFT because then I'll get the airdrop. I think it was around like $80-$90. So could be like a 1-to-1, like, all right, you get like the equivalent, or it could be more, or it could be less. Well, you just don't know.
Speaking of ambiguity, I am going to bring up this one because this was really interesting. SEC coming after Do Kwon. Where in the world is Do Kwon, you guys?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Basically, today we charge Singapore-based Terraform Labs, PTE, LTD, and Do Kwon with orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud involving an algorithmic stablecoin and other crypto asset securities. Someone's murdering Joel in the next room, so hopefully he's all right. Go check him. But yeah, this is just their immediate release, and this is pretty interesting. I want to play this. Look at I love seeing this.
All right, wait, real quick.
Yeah.
How old does he look in that picture?
Dude, he looks
16.
Young. He's got
I think
great
he looks
skin.
16 years old.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, DZ?
I'm leaning towards like 25, but okay.
Only
because the mouth lines.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess the most interesting thing, I mean, obviously, you have US based customers and stuff, so you can come after it to a degree, but this has created kind of a really interesting situation where they're going after someone that's in Asia, but for an American based agency to be able to go after people in Southeast Asia, it's a pretty big deal. It's a change in the landscape of
Could
things.
be in Serbia. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took a selfie in UK.
We might do some Algorand as well. I think we have started conversations with them. Highly
Algorand?
centralized marketplace, but it's pretty. I mean, a highly centralized chain, but it's pretty good.
Dude, Ben's selling his Algorand. You hear that? Yeah.
For a
Selling
reason,
his-
or
I mean, I don't know. Just heard it on live
AJ,
stream.
like hit him or something? Selling the Algorand now.
They increased their one. I think it's their validator nodes.
Did
but, they have 140, 150 very very centralized relay
Did
node.
you hit that unmute button for me? No, it's all good. I want to play this.
I might buy.
And you kind of alluded to this. It sounds like you're not interested in the United States at all. I wonder if you could tell us why, and maybe that's part of the reason why you're based in Asia to begin with.
No, I am Asian, as you can see. I was born in Asia. It's just a question that, when it's fascinating when talking to Americans that they're sort of obsessed with American policy and American regulators and things like that. It's quite possible that in other parts of the world that they have different priorities and different things to pay attention to.
What?
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up because, this is kind of the situation we have.
20% for profit taking. Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
just good old American exceptionalism at its best.
Right,
We
man.
just tend to think we're the center of the universe at all times.
Totally.
I
Like,
do like that reporter at CoinDesk. She's smart.
is she?
I think the producer told her to say a stupid question.
I mean, it's a pretty far reach, Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe he's like, what do you mean? I am Asian. Like, this
Yeah.
is where I am based,
He's so much more likable than us.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like every time I see Sam, I just want to curb stomp.
You know who's also likable when he opens his mouth? Martin Shkreli.
I agree with that. And with
Where
the farmer,
hear him talk and like, okay, all right. You read a headline: Farmer Bro jacks up cancer medication for a child. I hate this guy. Kill him. But then you hear him talk, and you're like, oh, he actually has rational explanations for literally everything.
Remember when he was on that? Was it Up Only or something like that? And he's like, hey, SPF, jail's not that bad, bro. Don't worry. And then Do Kwon is in there and stuff.
No, it's not that bad for Martin Shkreli because he's smart and can talk a dog off a meat wagon. SBF, on the other hand,
he's gonna be like, they're like, Jesus Christ, this guy's like a vibrator for my.
He's gonna be a piece of cheesecake. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what.
Well,
they're gonna call him the mailbox man. Just open them up, put in any package.
Nick, can I put you to work again? I want to play this video. Just come on now.
I had 4 beers at lunch, so I'm pretty
super bullish on
colors
this.
Isn't just a show.
Let's check this out.
Pull up to the microphone.
All right.
Staley, a former high-level
JP Morgan is facing heightened scrutiny today over its relationship with disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein was, as you know, accused of sexually abusing young women and girls and died by suicide in 2019. Eamon Javers is here with some new developments. Good morning, Eamon.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. New documents filed in a lawsuit brought against JP Morgan by the U.S. Virgin Islands allege that the bank turned a blind eye to evidence of human trafficking over more than a decade because of the size of Epstein's accounts at the bank. The suit also alleges that decisions about Epstein's accounts at the bank were, quote, advocated and approved at the senior levels of JP Morgan, including by Jess Staley, a former high-level JP Morgan executive who would later go on to become CEO of Barclays and who himself had a close personal relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The suit also alleges that emails, quote, even suggest that Staley may have been involved in Epstein's sex trafficking operation. And when JP Morgan compliance officials flagged the Epstein accounts, it was allegedly Staley who vouched for Epstein.
God.
Now, do you think Staley has compromat?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I would think
he's an asset.
Yeah, I mean, both, I think, is the answer to that.
Epstein was an intelligence operation. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, 100%. I agree with that.
Operation?
I think he was an intelligence operation.
You believe that line that he's Mossad or whatever?
No. I think it's the CIA, compromat.
Honeypot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way as well.
To pull it? No.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
He's not a CIA honeypot.
Well,
if anything, he was collaborating with them, but he's not.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I mean the CIA has a problem with all of that. I think he was just enabling them. Like a honeypot infers that they were running a
There's
sting.
an objective for there is a problem with that with the child trafficking and all that. That is a problem, but it's used for a means to an end, and the means to an end is have something over somebody and say you're going to do X, Y, and Z for me. And so I don't think it's just like random pedos. I think it's controlled pedophilia rings. I think he's part of it.
Are we going to get the list?
Wow, I really am surprised you don't think he was connected to intelligence. Didn't you hear about the whole thing about Florida, the Florida governor who was told directly, oh, I was told he was intelligent, so I was told to back away.
Yeah.
So is that not ring true to you?
I think it's easy to lie about that.
Well, it could be. But I mean, just looking at it and the way that the FBI did not handle the evidence correctly and the fact that we still don't have a list.
Well, we do. It's coming out this in the next couple of months.
I mean, he was murdered tacitly by the intelligence agencies.
He was in one of the most secure locations on Earth to be a prisoner.
I mean, they're going to kill their own because they don't want him singing.
He wasn't one of them, though. I don't think he's in the CIA.
I would love
to talk about this.
I
would love to talk about this, but I have a feeling we'll get.
We'll bring it to Rumble. We'll take it to Rumble.
Go back to your screen real quick.
Yeah.
Eamon Javers, the guy who's actually doing the story, believe it or not, was actually at the BitBoy Crypto office last year.
What?
Yeah, that guy's kind of a prick.
Was he really?
Why was he here?
So he was here because they were like, "Hey Ben, we want to talk to you about being a crypto influencer." And then
they my God, that was him.
I remember that hit piece or whatever.
Oh my God! Yeah, I found it interesting. I found it really interesting to see CNBC talking about this at all. Like, I mean, I know that it's a big story and stuff, but like, it gives me just a glimmer of hope for mainstream media that they're actually bringing this up. That there's some sort of, hope that we'll actually get the list and the public can see all of their favorite.
His wife and her dad were Mossad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's not the CIA.
Chemistry had a question about Vumio. Chemistry bro, write your question in the chat again.
He also had a question about our sewer pass scores.
Yeah.
12,000 was the rank that Taco earned, and Taco's rank was what, 11,000, 10,000?
11,000. Yeah. And then I got
I'd have felt bad if he did a higher score for mine than his.
I got
he was working hard on
it. I probably would have traded him.
I got Justin's score 4,600.
Did you?
Out of 26,000.
We need to hire a youth.
Hire a youth.
We need
the whole this is crazy. The guy from Fortnite, he has Mongrel. He has like 30 sewer passes. I think all of them are in the top 100, and he spent 90 ETH. And currently he has over 300.
Spent 90 ETH.
Yeah, he spent 90 ETH on all these passes.
He
got scores. All of these scores are in like the top 100, and now he has offers on them for like 300 plus ETH.
What?
Like if you combine all of them, and since he has the number one score, he gets the key. It's not going to sell for less than $1 million. No way.
Yeah. That's a lot of money to spend for a big and you had to be good at the game too to win it. So
yeah, it's never been done really in NFTs to this scale.
Now I want to stay on this glimmer of hope just while it's on my mind.
Maxine's book when she was arrested. Remember the?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Well, I remember. We're gonna find out more, and I feel like they're gonna have to. They're gonna be forced into showing the world what's been going on here.
No, they won't. No,
you don't think
they're gonna be forced? Yeah, they'll be forced just like they're forced to unseal the documents around Kennedy's assassination.
50 years later.
Hey, we're forcing the release in 25 years. 24 years later,
it took them 50 years to do it.
Push it again.
It took them 50 years, and they were able to come up with the term conspiracy theorist out of that whole debacle.
Yeah.
Now,
so they won't be forced to reveal anything.
But I gotta hold on to hope.
The deep state.
I still try to hold on to hope though, and I'm seeing some stuff here like this. U.S. House Judiciary subpoena of CEO of Apple, Amazon, Meta, Google, and Microsoft for collusion with government to suppress free speech.
It's gonna be a dog and pony show. It'll be the same thing they did with like Jack Dorsey, and it's just a
little slap on the wrist. Go work somewhere else.
MTG, go ahead, get your moment. And all right, you go get your moment.
Well, you had a hot take,
like little viral clips.
Yesterday, you had that hot take about because we saw the YouTube ex CEO leaving or what?
Oh yeah, Censor and Susie.
Yeah, Censor and Susie's having to leave.
She stepped down from being the YouTube chief enforcement officer.
I'm liking Rumble more and more, you guys. Like Rumble is a pretty. I mean, I'm gaining views and stuff like that. It's moving quickly.
Real quick, this is actually an important thing. We just learned about this Vumio thing. There are issues with multiple like Chrome browser apps. Remember they were talking about the listings. I don't know if it'll be under my collections. I know we can't do it for the top lists. There's something about like Chrome doesn't like it when you have 3-4 wallet dApps running simultaneously.
Wow.
Yeah, so like if you're on the homepage and like since you can connect multiple wallets from different blockchains, what you're talking about is like it's aggregating all of the blockchain and like throwing all of that up at once. It'll mess up something, maybe get like a 404 error or something. So
it would be whatever the most recent one you clicked on.
Yeah. So like if you're on your Ethereum, MetaMask wallet, whatever, you'll see Ethereum NFTs.
But that is a good roadmap item for maybe the My Collection. We can have some sort of API chain linked.
And do you know what I was even thinking of too?
We'll write that down. That's
in the future, it would be real amazing if you can just use one wallet for everything, and you don't have to worry about any of that.
Build it. Beat MetaMask.
All right, I'm gonna build it.
Let's do it.
MetaMask is also intelligence.
Let's do it. Yeah, MetaMask. Well, yeah, it's own. It's yeah.
But you don't think Epstein?
Consensus is in the World Economic Forum. Consensus, their guy Joe Louboutin, I guess that's his name.
We were told, hey, if you make an anonymous MetaMask and you just interact with it whatsoever, they know who you are. Yeah, IP addresses and everything else, and cookies. And
I will say this, chemistry, bro. The developers that we have been able to create something that hasn't been created, aggregating Cardano, the whole Cardano blockchain. Because right now it doesn't exist.
Wow.
And it's pretty hard from a developer standpoint to work with Cardano. Like it is true, and people say like it's more difficult than Solidity on Ethereum.
Yeah, definitely. Are we doing AVAX NFTs this year on Vumio, or is that next year?
I don't know. I don't know. It's development.
Shut up, Drew.
Is that a real thing?
I mean, there's no real.
Okay. Ava, I mean, God bless it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's going to make money.
Ava Pepes are going to the moon.
I am bullish on Pepe in any form. I'm thinking about getting a real frog and putting him on my desk with some green lighting.
That was one of my moments. I knew I had to get rid of my Magic the background. So MTG tried to cancel Pepe frogs.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They went after the number one streamer. The guy was bigger than me, Crokies. He's Irish or something. And he's like, I honestly just think it's a funny cartoon frog. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Is a turf. I don't know. It was just like,
the more they tried to censor Pepe, the more he shows up, like in sticker. Yeah, I mean, he's like he's an immovable object. So
he's an internet cockroach.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something with Twitter? Like you could search and it wouldn't come up.
No, it won't. Yeah, it won't. It's not available in.
It's an alt-right meme.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Kekistan.
Yeah.
Jackson Crawford, join the SWE Discord so you can get faucet tokens.
Oh, is that it?
That's the key.
I need to do that.
Okay.
I've been doing Guerrily testnet.
I'm in the SWE. SWE's doing some type of update or something like that.
Is it Sui or Sui?
I don't know. It hasn't been decided yet. It's brand new. I call it SWE.
I call it SWE.
SWE? Well, we get to decide that right now, right?
Yeah, chat. Let us know. How do we pronounce?
Yeah, you decide. How are we going to pronounce SWE?
Chemistry Bro said that they closed the faucet.
Oh,
wow.
Bummer.
What?
Well, look, hey man, there's always a faucet open on Grindr.
Yeah, that's true. God, smash the like. Oh, God. Why are you this way?
That's my handle.
Yeah, it is. It's okay.
I'm the faucet.
All right. So we're in crypto. We're trying to make money. You know, we're trying to work outside of the basic means of the credit system and modern monetary theory. And this is a fun little take on it. Maybe I'll leave.
I laughed out loud.
Yeah. This is from Gout. I think Ox Gout.
All right, who wants to be me? Who wants to be CS?
I'll be CS.
Okay.
Right. I need a credit score.
Yep, for everything.
I start with a perfect score, right?
No, you start at 0.
How do I open a card?
Well, build credit.
Or they need that hold on. I got boomer eyes, y'all. I got boomer eyes. And then pay off the card 100%, right?
No, score will go down.
But the score is accurate.
Nah, not really.
Well, you won't share my info, right?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we have like equipment in our way and stuff, y'all. Y'all keep seeing me doing this, man. Yeah. It's like there's the cameras, they're blocking all the screens that we're trying to read. All right, babe, we got the gist of it.
Yeah,
it's like carry the balance. No, that also lowers it.
Yeah.
Well, I open more accounts. Yeah, more debt's good. No, never close your. It's all ridiculous.
It's a circular.
I remember seeing that for the first time. I closed a jewelry store account. I bought some like piece of crap when I was like 20.
Piece of sheet crap.
And I think it was like a ring or something, a little guy's ring. I looked at it like a week ago. It was like so small.
Did you just like put pronouns on defecation?
I remember when I closed that account, my credit karma going down, and I was like, that's when I learned like, oh no, closing.
It's a scam.
Like, yeah, it is.
It's a scam.
You just have to cut up the card and hope that you don't get hacked.
So
someone just tried to join my TikTok live. I don't know what that means.
Really? They're trying to be a collaborator.
If you freeze an account, is that different than closing an account?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
stupid.
no one can.
If you close the account, it should close the line of credit, is what it does. But the jacked up thing about this is like they want you to slowly bleed your money into the system so that you are getting railed with no lube. And then you get to pay an exorbitant amount of interest over time. That is subject to the Federal Reserve's Fed funding rates, which can jackknife or go to 0. And we really don't know. And I really feel like macroeconomic people, the doom and gloomers, miss the whole picture by trying to apply reasonable responsible monetary theory practice behind our current situation, because in my opinion we're in clown world, and by rights everything should have crashed when we hit a GDP.
I just came up with a hot take.
What's that?
This is an original thought. Never had this thought. Never
searing
seen this
hot.
thought. Let me know what y'all think about this. A credit score isn't a metric to decide your ability to pay back debts. Credit score is simply a metric to decide, are you a good customer for a credit lending company?
Yes.
That's all it is.
100%.
So if you do pay off your card all at once, that means you're a bad customer for Visa.
Yep.
That's all it is.
They're trying to.
But if you don't pay your debts, then you're a bad customer. So like low credit is bad. It all makes sense if you look at it through that lens.
It's how you boil a pepe in water. You start them in just lukewarm water, and you slowly crank up the heat so they don't realize that they're getting boiled alive. And then by the time it's boiling, it's too late. You're already head over heels in debt. You can't afford a home. You can't afford the next vehicle after that one. You're driving around, breaks down. It's a circular system to get trapped in. And then we have Kiyosaki coming out, well, money is created by debt and blah, blah, blah. And he's telling people, like, go take out debt to make money.
I got a burst pipe, right?
Oh.
I shit and then blew up my toilet, y'all. So this is my plumber right now.
Dude, shit hit the fan.
This is live on television.
Oh, my God.
Live TV.
That's a hot take.
He's talking to the plumber.
These are real world problems here, though.
Yeah.
These
Guys,
are,
this is crypto.
Yeah,
right
man.
Now.
But yeah,
bear market stuff.
Like you had a great move. You cut up all your credit cards, I saw, or you made a post about him.
Yeah.
Like, and you got rid. Like he had a really nice Bronco. He got rid of it, but like during the bear market to get some capital together.
Rip.
You're selling feet pics. You got that vinyl on your car.
Got car advertising.
Yeah, I got my car advertising.
Wait, so
mammograms.
I actually wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
What's the criteria? Do you have to drive for a certain amount of time, or?
So this website in particular is very kind of sketch.
Sign me up then.
They only pay you via PayPal. There is they don't track your mileage or anything like that. It's just is the sticker properly placed?
Okay.
Do you drive at all?
Okay.
And they don't track it. There's no app. There's no GPS. There's nothing.
What the hell?
Because I honestly, I'm thinking about doing it. I live so close to the building that I'm on the road for literally 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
look,
70
I'll
extra
do a
bucks.
test drive. I'll see how much I can make. I'll share all my results on.
You're going to be the
blockchain
guinea
basis.
pig for us. Okay.
And then the whole. I mean, I think I can. They say some ridiculous number. They're like, make $2,500 a year just by putting a sticker on your car. I'm like, okay, look, if I get half that,
yeah,
or even if I get 20% of that, that's still cash in my pocket that all I had to do was put a sticker on my rear windshield.
Yeah. So advertising tampons.
How is the poop-tastrophe?
It's a mammogram.
Is everything okay?
Girl's handling it. He was just calling me. He was like, "Hey, she's answering the door."
Hey.
And then our dog started jumping on him.
There you go.
Okay.
Sorry, Ron.
Crypto Kill a Wall. I do believe we are. Nick, Drew, and BJ are just variants of the same person, and I think that's kind of an honest take. Didn't we do that personality test, and we all basically landed in the same exact
if
field?
you want to get really real, we're all the variants of Adam.
Remember when The Office did the political litmus test, Nick?
Wasn't that the one I'm talking about?
That was like the old building.
Are you talking about the crypto litmus test or the political alignment?
The political one.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah, I sent that.
Dude, we should send a new one out and find out.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious
I
about
lean
what
libertarian with some social, I'm pretty liberal, some social issues.
I was annoyed at how center I was.
Yeah, you were center. Maybe that's changed.
I was almost completely like crosshair bullseye center.
That is scary.
It is weird.
That is kind of. I wonder where I would land on that. I feel like I'm an old school. Like I would have voted for Kennedy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a war hero.
100%.
Yeah, like I would have voted for Kennedy. God, there was when Gabbard.
Nixon was the most popular president, and I think since Lincoln, and no president has been as popular as him. Leading up to the election
until DeSantis.
Nixon was wildly popular.
Yeah.
He
wasn't.
Some say it was a setup. Watergate. It's actually like there's a deeper stuff there.
Deeper throat.
This is on a different
That's
note. Can we talk about Vumio clams?
Not really. I mean, what's to say? Yeah, it's our point system we're gonna have. But the more you use it, the more you interact, the more clams you're gonna get. Maybe clams are gonna be something cool.
I like this form of questions coming. Taco's always given he's always pushing to give the alpha on what he's rolling out here.
Drops. Taco is an airdrop of knowledge. You never know when it's going to happen. You never know how much it's going to be.
Yeah.
It could
Might
be
be nothing.
Yeah, it might be nothing.
Might be nothing.
Airdrop on you.
Nothing and everything is financial
I will
advice.
airdrop on you.
Yeah, I will say if you want to get in early, go to Vumio.io, go to the bottom, and just sign up with an email.
Okay.
Won't hurt.
Well, I want to look at something that I am sure is worth nothing, and that is Governor Gavin Newsom. So as California goes, so goes the world, as he says. Yesterday, EU bans of sales of new gas-powered cars by 2035.
Always 2030.
He's basically insinuating that electric vehicles are going to be implemented by 2035, and I gave him a little hot take here because I used to work in the power industry and I know how much he's lying to everyone. Hey, Gavin, don't you think you should figure out your own electrical infrastructure before trying to implement these ridiculous demands? And basically what I mean by that is they don't have the electrical infrastructure in place to even come close to handling electronic vehicles being mandated at a mass scale. Not to mention engineering just ran into a massive problem because they can't put chargers in parking garages, which is
why?
Because the weight of the
The weight of
the charger.
The weight of the lithium charging
so they're gonna
system.
have to redesign if they want to actually do
You're
that.
going to need to build a new city is basically the moral of the story.
Didn't I see that Tesla is going to allow other EV cars to use their chargers?
You can do that already.
Yeah.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. You have to pay through the nose.
Not to mention, you're very reliant on, so most electronic vehicle batteries are actually produced in China. So if you want to keep playing hard with Xi Jinping, then you're probably not going to be able to play hard with the electronic vehicle push as well. So you can't have your cake and eat it too in this regard. And if you think about it, most large cities are very progressive in moving forward towards this, and they're the ones that utilize parking garages the most.
Yeah.
So,
well, Drew, it's just a Tesla. I mean, what could it cost? $20?
Yeah.
Dude, when I worked at the power grid, we had these stations that people, the public could come charge at. They could, come here, charge for free. This is a great incentive to, spend half your day charging your vehicle. And the funny part about this is in Colorado, most of the time it's freezing cold. And most of that time is actually piles of snow. So I get to sit there and I'm watching the power grid, I'm watching the systems, and on the other side of my eye, I'm having to watch this line of vehicles of these people shivering inside of their vehicles for 4 hours trying to charge their vehicles, and it was just absolutely pathetic. So,
are they digging out the charger from the snowbank?
Well, the best part was that they did have to do that. But then the best part is they're like sitting there on their phone, just draining, using the electricity of their dead battery, which they're trying to sit there and charge, which would add about an hour to the charge time. So, yeah, that was hilarious to watch.
How many superchargers are in front of the French Laundry?
The French Laundry?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's where Gavin Newsom goes to eat without wearing pants.
God.
Oh, the effete wine merchant?
Yeah.
The multimillionaire wine merchant from California.
Plus 2 points for DZ using the word effete.
Rules.
So here's my deal about wine merchants. All right. So I feel like there's two types of rich people in the world. There's the rich guy who he likes to go to that local seafood restaurant where they all know his name, or maybe he goes to like a little local like Chili's or Longhorns, and he wears a suit, but he's rich, but he's a simple man with simple pleasures. Then there's the rich guy who's like, every time I go out, me and my wife, we are dressed to the nines, and I hold my wine glass like this, and I swirl it, and I smell it, and I laugh like that.
Yeah.
That is never a good person.
Yeah.
That is who Gavin Newsom is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that they did that because the world could see how high in the tower these people feel. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Man, if you want some good Gavin Newsom red meat, there's the interview of someone pressuring him about the French Laundry. Him going there and him just squirming in his seat. He looks like a petulant child being reprimanded, and he is such a he's a wiener. Like that's really what he is.
I mean, I wanted to say weasel, but like he's probably worse than that.
He has uncalloused hands, not the uncalloused hands of a surgeon, not the uncalloused hands of a surgeon.
Yeah, not pee in his hands.
Yeah, the uncalloused hands of someone who gives.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, manual.
And yes,
favors.
Toyota is working on hydrogen, hydrogen city. I did say I'm a Toyota maxi. I'm just going to come out and say it.
Wow.
Hydrogen, yeah, Toyota or Lexus. But I saw that they're trying to do hydrogen. I'm just kind of questioning that. Like, there's only like 3 hydrogen gas stations in the entire country of the U.S. It's going to be quite a big infrastructure change to do so. Hydrogen fuel cells is something my dad's been on for a long time. Like my dad's a chemical engineer that built a lot of different processes in the printer industry, and he was working on many theses for battery cells, basically hydrogen fuel cells, which he felt like were going to be a really big push. But the industry doesn't like things that actually solve problems. I watched my dad kind of beat his head against the wall for that. And it was really aggravating, honestly, like, to see him have a solution. And no, DZ's not sleeping.
Well, why couldn't it scale, Drew? Because I do think that there are some business people who just want the best option. They don't care. They're not part of a master global agenda. Where if someone did introduce a superior technology, they would embrace it fully. I do think that there are those people. So why do you think it wasn't embraced? Like, was there an economy of scale? Was it a cost issue?
I think
was it a conspiracy?
I think it's a conspiracy. I think that there's someone at the top or multiple people, a consortium that do not want anyone to come up with different ideas other than this electric vehicle and solar and wind plan that they have. I've watched the numbers. I've worked in the industry, and those things do not produce the amount of power that you need to operate a country off of at the level of comfortability that the world experiences now. So basically, you would have a situation where society would need to tailor back its needs and expectations out of daily life to actually have a wind farm be the producer.
You guys remember that interview in one of the gigafactories with Elon Musk and Leonardo DiCaprio, where he was like,
I slightly remember that.
100 of these could power the world.
I slightly remember that.
Wait,
but
what? 100 of what?
Gigafactories.
100 gigafactories.
I don't know much about it, but like,
I mean, maybe, but you would have to like destroy the planet.
How much lithium and cobalt do you need to do that? That's the thing. Like, do you want to reinstitute slavery?
I don't know.
Well, you have to have. The only reason. Okay, here's the thing. The only reason batteries are cheap is because they are mined via A, slave labor, cobalt, B, there's essentially zero environmental regulation for how they are mined. If you just Google what a lithium field looks like,
it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
Cobalt
so you got to go.
mining,
So you got to go to the Atacama Desert. You have to destroy pristine environments, pristine desert. You have to mine it, and then you have to have giant like acres and hectares of pools for the lithium to dry and all the water to come off of it. Birds land in it, they die by the thousands, and it's all just toxic water just sitting in pools in the desert for miles and miles and miles. That's what you need to just get lithium. Never mind the nickel foam. There's actually a nickel foam plant in Canada. It's so toxic around the plant, NASA uses it to test out moon landers.
Right. If you guys think that Ohio is bad and the EPA calling it a controlled burn and everything is fine, just wait until if these agendas are able to move forward by 2035, it's going to have a very ugly landscape.
Nick, you should definitely listen to the All In podcast. And David Friedberg goes over the scientific explanation of why they burn, how they burn in the past, the parts per million, the chemical changes, the chlorine, the argon, like everything. It's a very nuanced, intelligent discussion without any kind of agenda being pushed.
All In podcast. You say you've been bringing this up
That's
for a while.
That's the Monsanto guy, right?
Yes, the guy that left Monsanto.
Okay. He left Monsanto. Good on him. So there's hope.
He's from Google. I mean, and if you listen to I listen to it quite regularly. It seems like he just cares about people not starving globally.
That's fair. I lobbed a gotcha at DZ, but that wasn't fair. I like Freeberg.
You like Freeberg? I mean,
what's your guys' whole opinion on the whole EV movement and like? Currently, we're just using.
I mean, I think
oil,
it's superior
gas.
in the long run. I know the cobalt issue, the lithium issue, but there's a lot. All right, so here's the thing that people don't really think about. All right, There's cars that there's an average duration, right? And so or it's dead. It's no longer on the road. Then you kind of have like landfills or like junkyards, and it just kind of piles up and piles up and piles up. What is that average duration for an electric vehicle? I don't think we had, say it's 20 years. 20 years ago,
nowhere near that.
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, whatever it is, back then we weren't producing these vehicles at scale. There's a lot of smart people who are very, very incentivized to find a solution to recycling batteries as much as possible. We don't have a solution today.
Yeah.
I think with human ingenuity and just the way that knowledge creation works and the way we think about knowledge creation, the problem with guessing on a solution is people want an answer today when there is no answer today.
Very true.
We're going to solve fission. Well, tell me how. I don't know
Chemistry,
how.
bro.
We're going to do it 20 years from now with human ingenuity.
Well, chemistry,
so it's
bro.
the same thing with
I'm
recycling Teslas.
Yep.
It will happen. It will get solved. And it's going to answer a lot of these issues because, we can't sustainably mine cobalt and nickel and all this other stuff. But if we start recycling Teslas, eventually, I mean, with population decline, you can envision a world where it's going to be fine. Yeah, sure. Some get totaled, falls in a creek, you can't recover it. But then eventually you wouldn't have to mine as much nickel, as much cobalt, as much of these rare earth minerals.
Yeah. And you have to call out, and I love your take on that. And that's like why I yell about this stuff all the time, is because if it's not called out, then they're just going to slow walk us into this idea that we can keep using Africa and the lithium circle in South America to provide all of these amenities for us in America. That's not fair to those countries. It's not fair to the people there. It's not fair to the environment there. We need to come up with reasonable, like you said, ways to recycle it. We need to start digging in our own backyard, and the EPA needs to be reasonable to these companies so that they can actually turn a profit when they are pulling it in a safer manner here in America, because it can be done. We're designing new ways to pull lithium out of the ground. And it's this thing that needs to be innovated on, and these pushes to 2035. I don't think we're going to make the 2035 timeline.
Hell no.
But it could be by like 2050 if we do it in a reasonable manner, if you give financial incentive to the companies.
No, the wheels are all going to come off the entire EV industry in the next 10 years, because there literally is not enough lithium and cobalt that's easily accessible. The price of lithium and cobalt is pretty cheap right now, but it's because we're literally scraping the stuff off the top layer. So what we've done now is we've complained about, oh man, all of our vehicles, they're oil and gas. That's terrible. We need more energy diversity by using only batteries for our transportation. So we've traded one thing and siloed ourselves into another thing, which is batteries, which, there's a lot of great, cool battery tech that everyone's talking about. But you know how much of it you're actually using today? Fucking none of it, bro. And what we need between now and 2050 is something to bridge the gap. There needs to be a diversity of energy sources. I use
a gasoline generator to charge my Tesla.
Yes. Yes. We need diesel. We need hydrogen. We need better public transportation. We need a plethora of options, because if we get tunnel vision, which is what humans do all the time, as soon as you get tunnel vision on a solution, you're going to screw it up. That is exactly what ESG did. And now we're going to pay the price. Yeah.
And well, remember, it was California and Colorado had these plans for like some high-speed rail system, and they got all these billions of dollars together for it. Never showed up.
Oh, there's a lot of grift there too.
Yeah, they grifted us.
It's like the lottery. The lottery is one giant money laundering operation for the National Education Foundation.
We're not. I don't play the lottery at all. Like,
we should talk about blockchain again.
Yeah, let's go back to it, because speaking of not dealing with the lottery and making your own money, like we're
making your own.
Yeah, I want to. Speaking
of money laundering. I said it.
Let's check it out. So I want to see the top movers of the day, and it looks like it's more data focused, which makes me hot. My ICP.
I was talking to DZ earlier today
about
ICP. And ICP.
Yeah.
ICP actually just flipped algo. I saw AJ crying. Get him! I saw AJ crying in the corner earlier.
Oh,
that Algorand centralization, people are starting to learn about.
Algorand, they are, Foundation.
Very
Hang
centralized.
On. Let's go around the blockchain, if I can take a turn of phrase. How are we feeling about a $7 ICP? Is that actually a pretty good entry point, or do we?
It's something I kind of want to scale into a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of one of those, like the L1 narrative. You'll see a lot of things pop. Like when near pops, you'll see that pop a week later or something like that. I think that is going to be a strategy. But I might have missed the boat.
What's the big draw to ICP?
Dude, it's bringing smart contracts to Bitcoin, and it's trying to. It's got a big thing it's trying to do. It's trying to bring smart contracts to Bitcoin and create a layer of its own decentralized internet, which I think is needed in the world. I think that they're being spicy on, you know, what their intentions are. I like aggressive tries, and like I moved in. I was part of the people that bought ICP. Look, I'll bring this up. So
you bought that.
I bought the dump, absolutely, but I didn't buy too much of it. So like I bought.
It'll never get back to.
No, I didn't buy here. I bought it about 150 bucks.
IPO price just screws up the price.
It does
so bad.
It does.
Can't see any fluctuations.
I bought here, and I'm just showing it because like how hard-headed and stubborn I am. So I bought right here, just a little bit, like one coin. Then I bought 2 coins down at 50 bucks. Oof. Because I saw it go there, and then I realized, oh fuck, I'm fucked, and so I sold right here when it got back up to 50 to kind of recoup some losses, and then I sat and waited on the sidelines, and I didn't touch it until right about here. So yeah, you know, and I feel like, you know, I'm doing great. I moved into it when it was like 3 cents. Let's see, where is it? So I was buying like, well, it's not even back here. I was buying like 3.5 cents, this little trove right here, and this bag is feeling great for me. And you're asking if 7 cents is possible. It's already there. Or $7. It's already $7.50, my friend. You know, so like this thing, it's at a $2 billion market cap. It's coming up. It's already in the top of the, and look at that. It's got a sick community that does not give a. They are holding on to this thing. They believe in it. And I like how aggressive the intention of the overall project is. I feel like it was arbitraged out of existence by FTX because it is, you know,
they got manipulated so hard.
Yeah, they got manipulated because they're a good competitor. I feel like.
I don't know if that's the narrative.
I feel, no, I'm not saying that's the narrative. I'm saying that's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, true. That was wrong phrasing by me. Yeah. I think, so when I think of the whole SBF, ICP debacle, I don't think of like SBF seeing a competitor, seeing a threat to any system that he's a part of. I don't see any of that. I just see a guy as like, oh yeah, we can dump it and make a bunch of money. I think his main motivator was money. I don't think the main motivator was like, ooh, this business decision will hurt them. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, after reading about New Genesis and going through all that, the reason why I feel that way is because of all the information we gathered on New Genesis.
That's true.
New Genesis was a program that was in, I mean, these are AI developers from like the 90s that were working on an AI-based cryptocurrency. They were approached by FTX and basically arbitraged out of existence through counterfeiting. And it really sucked. Like I went through that evidence. It's evidence of what happened to New Genesis, and then we hear the same thing happen to ICP. They come out and say it, and I'm like, holy shit, these guys were going after aggressive, intelligent competitors. These blockchain developers have been in it for 20, 30 years, and they developed an AI system, New Genesis did, that could track a crypto on any exchange, decentralized, centralized, all of them, and that's how it was actually able to register that these were, in fact, counterfeit coins that came back to it. If you guys are curious on that story, you can check. We covered it on a few live streams we had.
We had him on. I remember.
We had, and I feel like people didn't hear.
Smart guy.
Yeah, people didn't understand what he was saying
because he's super smart.
Because he's super smart. He's smart, and so I had to go. I went through that information over and over, and I clicked. I was like, these guys. Because arbitraged a competitor.
Let me just say, being super smart doesn't mean you're unable to explain things. Professor Feynman.
Well, I think it's the public's inability to process what he's saying more so.
Then that's his fault, not the public's.
Well, and that's why I was trying to write it in layman's terms, in my hillbilly tongue, as best as and as simply as I could. But there was so much going on in the markets that I think that it kind of got missed by the mainstream public, which is unfortunate. Because I don't know if the project's coming back. How's your TikToks doing? Are they still alive?
Have you seen the thing on TikTok now where it's just people holding their hand in front of it?
That's weird.
And then they'll like move it a little bit.
That's weird.
So I have a feeling if I do that, they're going to think I'm a naked chick.
Why are you this way?
Speaking of naked chicks, Morel, another guy who works here, he's my housemate. He brought up Twitch, just like showing me.
This is going a different direction.
Yeah, well, it was.
They share a wall, y'all. I was like, whoa.
Bruh.
It was a Twitch stream girl, and she was like half naked.
Oh no!
And
Wait, what?
The screen in front of her half naked body was marbles. Guess how many people were playing marbles in her stream?
Like 10,000.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
All you saw was like little, like thousands of little balls, like going.
Oh,
while
yeah.
she's
Thousands of
behind-
little balls. Are they from
what
China?
about before? That was in Morel's room. What were they doing?
No, but
They're
Yeah.
that shit is crazy.
Oh my god.
Empty.
But let's hold on. So I want to look at ICP again. I think that, you know, you guys are kind of curious about this project. I really feel like this project has the potential to reclaim this $150, $200 realm.
Okay, why do you say that? Because you've made a huge claim.
Yeah, I feel
Why would
like
you say that?
I feel like smart contracts to Bitcoin are going to be really hot looking to institutions.
Okay, let's put your math to the test. Go to thecoinperspective.com.
Let's do it.
Well, it's doing a 20x.
Just off of what
to
you
get
just
there.
said.
Doing a
smart
20.
contracts
What's
on-
that
20x.
market cap?
smart con-
2 billion, just over 2
So
billion.
that's a 50 billion or 40 billion market cap.
40
Yeah.
billion.
Yeah, I feel that way. Absolutely.
That's in the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna.
I'm bearish on old builders.
Are you?
How
Hmm.
Nick? How old was Hal Finney when he supposedly maybe made? Tell you what, he was pretty young when he was writing about trading card game NFTs in 1993.
Yep.
Vitalik, teenager. Charles
Yeah.
Hoskinson, he looks 40. He's like in his 20s. He's actually like 32 right now.
Yeah.
So he was in his 20s when he created Cardano. So, I mean, there's something about like, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, Google engineers, even when Apple was founded, something about maybe when you get older, you lose a little bit of your juice, lose a little bit of your mojo there. Same thing happens with songwriting. You know, look at Paul McCartney. You know, Wings was okay, I guess. But yeah, I'm
What?
bullish on teenagers building my next Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, I was
I'm
going to
just
say,
joking, right?
if you're putting smart contracts on Bitcoin, all the people that are trying to launch NFTs are going to go crazy with that.
Ordinals.
Not to mention
Ordinals.
institutions. I feel like institutions, if they get a chance to do smart contracts on Bitcoin, they're going to take it. Like they've been doing it on Ethereum. Ethereum's the institutional choice. But if you open up canister smart contracts on the OG winner of crypto, Bitcoin, that's going to be a pretty big move, in my opinion, for sure.
Careful with GRT. GRT caught a lot of the AI pumps. And so I think of a lot of the recent, I am bullish on it long term, but I think a lot of the recent price action may be hesitant overbought territory. Because if you click AI on CoinMarketCap, it like pops up and it has nothing to do with AI.
It's not. Yeah.
Check this out. This is how I'm going to wrap this up.
Actually, they use AI.
This is how I'm going to bring this all on home for them. Bring it on home. We're going to talk about the founding fathers. Would be Bitcoiners if they were around today. Don't believe me? Let me tell you why. And I just found this thread super interesting.
They're white dudes in their 20s. Boom.
Boom. Mic drop.
And this is from Trent Dudenhofer, T. Dudenhofer, _ T. Dudenhofer. It's impossible to understate the importance of the founding fathers, not only U.S. citizens, but worldwide. United 13 independent colonies, defeated the greatest world power at the time in combat. They also created guerrilla warfare to do so, penned the Declaration of Independence, U.S. Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. Obviously, you know.
Parentheses, with help by the French.
Yes, the French showed up late, but they still showed up, so I'll give them a little credit. And I love French fries. These men constructed the greatest foundation of government in history. The idea was to minimize centralized power. After all, they just revolted against it. Fact right there. There should be checks and balances on power, and power should be decentralized. And God, I love this picture so much. It's so good. I believe the wisdom and bravery of these men makes them heroes. We should remember them as we go out in our daily lives and make our own decisions. So why would the founding fathers be Bitcoiners? I'm glad you asked. Thomas Jefferson was an outspoken opponent of central banks, referring to them as menaces to society.
Fact.
Bitcoin obsoletes central banks, and it's not yet, but it's coming. Just wait. And top-down monetary policy. Bitcoin is rules without rulers. And his direct quotes right here, I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than any standing army.
True.
Already, they have raised up a moneyed aristocracy that has set the government at defiance. The issuing power of money should be taken away from banks and restored to the people whom properly belongs.
Based.
I love this. John Adams realized the complexity of money and financial markets all the way back in the 18th century. Our fiat system today is very complex. What will rates be next year? Oh, is he hawkish? Is he dovish? I don't know. My whole life depends on it. Bitcoin is simple. It's policy that will never change. It's coded into its existence. Samuel Adams.
Its policy will never change except for ordinals.
Well, that's all. I'm still trying to understand ordinals. But Samuel Adams didn't just make a good beer. And yeah, it is a good beer. But just a side note, his brewing business went bankrupt. Your property is taken away without your consent every single day via inflation. Bitcoin supply is capped at 21 million. No more debasement of your hard-earned money. That's a good quote from
ignoring the 140 years of inflation that we still yet to go.
Yeah,
to. 118 years,
and it will have a point where it kind of flatlines, and it's going to be less volatile for sure. But the thing about it is that it's mathematically understood within its actual process. So that is understood within the actual Bitcoin design. So I love that take. And then George Washington here at a very timely nugget of wisdom. This whole debt ceiling fiasco that we encounter every few years would not fly with him. With Bitcoin, you either have the sats or you don't. You can't beg the Fed to buy T-bills or monetize your debt. To contract new debts is not the way to pay old ones. George
Tell
Washington.
that to the Celsius legal team.
Oh my God. My God.
I don't know. This just got me kind of fired up and reminded me, and I am super, super constitutionalist. I guess that's probably what the closest thing to a political party I'd be is constitutionalist. And, these types of values really rang true to me. I know that we have the aggravation of crony capitalism in our current situation, but it's not how it was created originally. So we have, I understand that people, they see this crony capitalism and they say, oh, this is just like socialism and stuff. It didn't start that way. And it doesn't have to continue this way. We can take the light back for this country, and we can do it in a monetary way. The biggest vote that you have in the world is with your dollar. Capital flight is the number one scary thing for governments around the world. That's why I say it all the time, because, F them. And I'm not worried or scared to do so, because it's a pity to have one life to give for this place. So I don't know. I just wanted to bring this up, in contrast with everything that's going on right now. Yeah. And, Eurobold, they're trying to do it with the pew-pews. Good luck. Have fun with that. You wouldn't make it a quarter mile down my area where I live, because I live in redneck country. But yeah, like there is a lot of power in people. And I can end it. Actually, yeah. Ooh, we should show this. I don't think we need to play the sound on this, but this is what's going on when you try to force Nigerians to move into central bank digital currencies. It's absolutely turned into bedlam. This is just one of many videos out there.
Is that a boogaloo?
It's an electric dance party. Okay, it's not. Don't say that word.
Yeah, imagine waking up and your money expires.
Yeah.
It's it would be a very red and wet experience here in the United States if you woke up rednecks and hillbillies and even people that are based in Liberty based and tell them, oh yeah, all that money that you saved now, it's electronically controlled.
Twist, Drew. That militia that was helping that out. 87% of them were FBI agents.
Oh my God,
Whoa.
That's a lot of funding.
Yeah.
That's a lot of funding.
It's like a government kidnapping situation.
A lot of feds.
Well, on that note, there's a lot of power in the people. I don't want to go. I don't want to get us banned, but there's someone that I might bring up at some time on Rumble. I think I'm going to bring him up on Rumble. If you want, you can go ahead and follow me on Rumble. I'll shill myself.
You'll be talking all about Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my latest treasure that I made here. It's Crypto Dirtbag. It's a little cover song.
Yep, go watch it.
Go check it out. It's getting shared on Rumble. It's only about 815 views, but on Twitter, it's got quite a few views. So and shout out to Digital Asset Investor and Ben Armstrong for sharing it, getting the word out about the song. I'm going to continue making these songs. I think I'm going to write something about, do you think I should write about the Federal Reserve or should I write about? I feel like Jerome Powell is my next obvious go-to here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why not?
Everyone's sitting here like on the edge of their seats, like, what's Jerome Powell going to do? And basically the sentiment from the Federal Reserve is the punishments will continue until morale approves. Basically, they're hinting at 50 base points.
Yeah, that's a top tier for my grinder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to write a song about Jerome Powell. Yes, I like Chainlink. DZ, you like Chainlink, don't you?
Yeah.
You love Chainlink.
I haven't bought any in a long time, but
I was
Crypto
telling you
Blood's
that,
huge into Chainlink.
is he?
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
it hasn't
fancy.
popped too much from its recent highs. I was looking at
But
the
it never
larger
will.
graph. You don't just
Someone who was early on
Unbelievable.
Chainlink also mentioned Mina.
Yeah. Mina's been
Yeah.
good.
Mina.
Yeah.
That's my last buy. Mina.
Mina's been really
M-I-N-A.
good. Is that on the
You
recent?
can get on Coinbase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it pumped like crazy. Wait till it retraces.
Clueless Clown, is Rumble a Web3 YouTube? Drew, how would you describe Rumble?
No, Rumble's just a YouTube for people that have been in the gulag to escape the digital gulag.
Less
so,
censoring.
yeah.
Yeah.
than
And I can
YouTube.
say what
Same
I want.
thing.
I can talk about
Yeah.
things I can't talk about here. So
I have 2.9 Chainlink.
you have 2.9.
2.9. We got to fix that, easy. You
18 bucks.
need 69.
Chainlink is boring until it's not. I know it's boring right now, randomness, but looking at the overall graph, that thing is nice and steady in the buy zone. And it went up to like 50 something bucks last time. It's at like $3-4 or whatever it's at right now. But basically, the markets are moving for data coins right now. We'll probably get a retracement. I feel like AI coins and data coins are going to be kind of together in the upswing of the FOMO for the next cycle. So yeah, check out all the data coins you can. Yeah, I'm into ICP and I'm into Mina. I like Mina.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
If you're looking into AI coins, look like actually into the project, not like if they're stealing someone else's like
Totally.
AI software.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
You'll probably do a lot better off.
Yeah, Justin had a meeting with someone. He's like, yeah, he has an AI company. He built an AI engine and he described it. I said, well, that just sounds like Midjourney.
Yeah.
A week later, he's just using Midjourney.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it
Yeah.
had that hype
fucking
cycle
told
a
you.
week or two ago. But
don't
the real
just make an
projects, the
AI,
real
like-
players will shine in the future if they actually have the tech.
Yeah. If Bitcoin AI comes out, I'm totally buying
Bro,
and
we're
selling
done with
that
that.
out. Yeah. So,
No. Yeah. Render tokens. Someone said render. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good grab.
You've been
Yep.
talking about render for a while.
I was buying it when it was 20 cents.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Blur token, real quick.
What's
Blur
that?
token. Deez and I were talking about it. If you didn't mine your rewards in season 1, probably not going to do too well in season 2 because now the floodgates are open. Everybody knows about it. So
Alpha is gone.
Done.
Dead.
Move on.
That's why you come to the basement for the alpha before
Look
it
for
gets
the next
here.
Blur.
Come
Yeah.
to the basement, get
Check
the
my
alpha.
Twitter likes. You'll
Don't
see
be the
it.
liquidity.
Ooh.
There
There it is.
Yeah, man. And thank you guys for joining me. This is like a really good show.
Good show.
I mean, it's
I love
kind
being
of
on the basement.
it's fast paced, running the board, and I can't wait to have BJ back. I'll tell you that much. We'll raid Joel. He's
BJ.
probably playing marbles or something like that. What is he playing in there, dude? Did you look?
He was playing this like word guessing game.
Okay.
I got like a few words.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. See ya.